Good evening, everyone. This is Charley Patterson calling in from Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm happy to be on with you this evening to share with you a impactful company that has been a part of my life for the last 10 and a half years. And this evening I'm going to take about the next 25 to 30 minutes to give an overview that you may have been invited to by a friend, a family member, or a business colleague to support them in either their training or to look at what's going on with Nu Skin. Now, my background is actually that of professional wakeboarding, and I have had the pleasure of being a professional athlete for more than 10 years of my life, and then being introduced to Nu Skin at the tail end of my career in my tenure, and seeing an opportunity where I could actually continue to live the lifestyle that I had grown accustomed to over my previous 10 years. Now, as a way of introduction and asking for everyone to keep an open mind, that in a question actually to begin is, how long do you plan to live? You know, what is the age that you're planning to retire? And really, how many years is that from now? Now, the most average age is 80 years old, and we know the average age that people really shoot to retire is 65. And, you know, really, what does that allow us to do in those golden years, in the twilight of our life? Really, after working for 40 years of our life, at least 40 hours a week, to then attempt to live for maybe 5 years until we hit our 70s and doing the things that we've been dreaming of our whole life, that we have on as a bucket list, the things to check off. And really, what does that list consist of, you know, at the age of 65 to 70? You know, I would say it'd be very different than what it is for you today if you're in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, or even in your early 60s. So I was shown another plan. I was shown the opportunity to be able to compress the rest of my life into a few years. To be able to compress my life into specifically 4 years, a 4-year plan where I could leverage and create an asset that would allow me to live the rest of my life as I desired. Now, if you're open to that in a way that you could compress, say, 40 years, or maybe you're a little bit older and you've got another 20 years to the age of 65, and you really haven't figured out what that plan is, or you're looking for a plan, well, tonight's webinar may be just the solution that you're looking for, as I was 10 and a half years ago. So I'm going to share with you how you can use this company, Nu Skin Enterprises, to help you create financial independence. Now, Nu Skin Enterprises is a 30-year-old company. We're publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol NUS. Third-party validation, Forbes magazine has picked us as the number 4 out of the top 100 most trustworthy companies. Dun & Bradstreet gives us a 5A1 rating, which is the highest credit rating in the world of business. Wall Street refers to us as the apple of anti-aging. Now, a company with a business in 53 different markets around the world, and last year had record revenue of over $3 billion. Now, you look at that foundation, and it took us 20 years to get to our first billion. 8 years later, we surpassed our second billion. 1 year later, we exceeded $3 billion in sales. We're publicly projected to break $10 billion in annual sales by the year 2020. I ask you, when do you want to be aligned with a company? And is it important to you that during the worst times of our country's history, economy since the Depression that we've been in record growth. Our market that we focus on is anti-aging. And then the question I have for you is, do you have the desire tomorrow to look older and uglier? Now, that's a stupid question, right? Because we all wake up with a goal of being younger and looking and feeling better tomorrow than we do today, being better tomorrow than we are today. Well, that's our industry. And that doesn't matter if you're 20 years old or you're 80 years old, that we have the same vanity and the same desires and needs. Now, New Skin Innovation Center is really on the foundation and the cutting edge of our company's science. We're a scientific monster. And our scientists on our campuses around the world, in China, here in the States, they're focused on doing what no one else has done before. They're commissioned and giving literally over $1 billion in research and development over the last 30 years to go where no man or woman has ever gone before. And essentially, we won the race. We won the race to understand the source of aging. And the important understanding of that has been explained to me in very simple terms, that if, the difference between us and our competitors, that imagine if you had left the faucet on at home and you left, and when you returned, you found it flooded. Would it make more sense to grab a mop and some towels and start to clean up the water and the mess and the flood while the water is still running, or to go and find the source, turn off the water, and then begin cleaning up the mess? Our competitors are cleaning up the mess while the water is still running. We've gone to the source, our genes, and specifically I would say we own the space of genetic anti-aging with the ability to create products that no one else in the world is able to do. Our company has acquired assets that have given us the ability to really demonstrate the difference that our products make by using them in nutrition, in weight management and body shaping, as well as skincare, which was really our foundation since 1984. And that age-lock science that I mentioned earlier, well, that science applied to a product line has become $1 billion brand in just its first 2 years of being on the market. Now, I would say that is successful business. 10.5 years ago, I was introduced to the company through the biophotonic scanner, a technology that meets the demand of the market in a very specific way. It's a game changer. And I ask those that, are using supplements, how do you know that they're working? And those of you that are not using supplements, I ask you, why are you not using them? And I would say that for both, that we don't know if they're working, which is why some don't take them and why some really, have no idea if they're working or not, or even if they're creating value, maybe if I feel better. Well, this technology was developed in the same labs at the University of Utah as the first artificial heart. Our company was introduced to it. It's based off of Nobel Prize-winning science known as Raman spectroscopy. And we use it to actually show someone scientifically whether their supplements are working or not. And in 30 seconds, real time, no cutting, no bleeding, you get a measurement of your nutrition, measuring your level of antioxidants non-invasively at a cellular level. Since I've gotten involved with the company back in 2004, that brand that we guarantee will work for you or you get your money back, called Pharmanex, these products are currently selling over $1.5 billion a year because people can see that they're working in their body. They can see the change. Very much like we measure cholesterol or insulin or blood pressure or your weight. The ability to measure is science. It's one of the game-changing technologies and innovations that our company has continued to be the difference demonstrated. Now, moving into the world's first genetic nutritional, I'm going to give you an example of how this age-lock science works and how we come up with these proprietary products. Is the first illustration on the left, that's a heat map and the expression of one's genes, say at the age of 20. The middle is that same person at, say, 40, and you can see how the expression is almost completely opposite. Well, we test on those genes in the middle until we find the ingredients that will actually reset their expression to look like it does at a youthful state for that person that's 40 or 50 or 60. Now, in this case, those genes are responsible for your energy, your mental clarity, and your libido. We guarantee that this product will reset those genes and you'll reap the benefits as if you were 20 in those three areas. Now, this is our age-lock skincare. An example here, Ann Hotelling using our product called Transformation. Now, you'll notice around her mouth and around her neck that in 90 days, Ann has gone through this type of change with her skin. Putting your business hat on, and imagine that Ann would ever stop using these products. I think not. Because the social pressure and really the social benefits of the change that she's gone through, everyone notices that Ann looks and feels younger. Now here's a device that is currently available in Canada, and we're launching the third version of this technology in October. It works from head to toe. We have one for the face and one for the body, and it'll tighten and lift any area that you apply it to, drastically reducing the appearance of lines, wrinkles, scars, stretch marks, and cellulite. Now here you'll see that we do half-face demonstrations. This device, we like to say, will take up to 10 years off your appearance in about 10 minutes. Now, I know you're skeptical, as I was when I heard that statement, yet the power of the mirror shows you that it works. This is an example of the device that reduces the appearance of lines, wrinkles, scars, stretch marks, and the appearance of cellulite. And it's a cumulative result, so the more that you use this device, the better the results. Our newest addition to the age-lock family really comes under the area of body shaping. And here we see six-pack Jack, as we like to refer to him. And I want you to notice that the body composition, we're not looking really at the same composition, are we? In 90 days, Jack is relatively the same weight. And why I'm not saying weight loss. That he has at least the same amount of muscle, if not more, and is completely transformed his body, because this age-lock product, the science in this case, is resetting the genes responsible for lean muscle production and fat metabolism. And resetting that expression to express the genes and lean muscle production and fat metabolism as if you were 20 versus, say, 40 in my case. Now, when I got on this product and I saw what was possible after being an athlete my whole life, and yet at 40 watching my body change and not really happy with it, and honestly the least happy when I'm looking at myself naked in the mirror, that I got on this product in the last 6 months, the only thing I changed was using this product. I dropped 6% body fat and I put on 11 pounds of muscle at the age of 40 and 41. Now, do you have to work out? We absolutely encourage you to work out. We encourage resistance training. But if you go to newskinusa.com and you click on age-lock TR90, you're going to see a link for success stories, and you'll see a variety of results. The product works if you work it. Now, our company is really based on innovation and products that have been based on this science released over the last 30 years. And we have a pipeline of products that we launch every single year. We launch a new product that's based on cutting-edge science and technology, which is why we're referred to as the Apple of anti-aging companies, but also our strategic manner in which we launch these products. We know it's coming out through the rest of the decade. And I refer to this as well as an opportunity renewal, because my experience in the last decade plus is that this opportunity with Nu Skin just keeps getting better. Every year it's ground floor, meaning we have the opportunity with a fresh, hot story of a new product, yet we have the foundation of a 30-year-old monster in the industry of direct sales, network marketing, and anti-aging. Now, all we do is we introduce the products and the company to people that we have social collateral with. That social capital, the credibility and the relationships that you have, the trust and the confidence that you have with others and others have with you. I mean, isn't this how our business and our business is and our life works? Is that we introduce people to things that we find and enjoy, and they make the choice if they want to, follow our recommendation or not. Well, this has led to being really like the Amazon of anti-aging companies, that we are the middleman just connecting an end user and the company, that equated just in the United States last year to $143 million in commissions to those that were the middlemen between the company and the consumer. Now let's look at the average commissions, and talking about the 4-year plan, the 4-year plan that I mentioned earlier of compressing maybe a lifetime of work into a few years so that you can enjoy the lifestyle that you desire versus the linear income of making someone else wealthy. Now, if you look at the far right, that's the summary of the 4-year plan. And I'm going to start off with that first number 4 there. Okay, that's our target in the first year. Now, we work with you to become an executive immediately, and then to help 4 others become executives as well. By doing so, you satisfy that first year of the plan, and an average income of about, let's say, $2,500 a month. At that time, the company gives the opportunity to go on an all expenses paid trip for 2, worth about $7,000 to $8,000 per trip. Now that would be the first year, and the question is, you feel like if this is something that you're interested in, and so compressing 40 years to 4 years, do you know 4 other people in the world? Do you feel like you could find 4 other people in the world in the next year that would have interest in doing the same thing? Well, the next year you go to that number 6. You find 2 more people that are interested in taking ownership of their life versus making someone else rich. And now you're making about $5,000 a month. You go on another all expense paid trip for 2. The next year, the 3rd year, you do the same thing. You find another 2 people within that year, and that puts you at that number 8 position. Average income is about $10,000 a month, or $127,000 plus a year. That's really where most people start to make, a decision to go full time. And at that point, we know that it's possible in that last year. You just do the same thing you did the first year, and you add another 4 people to your team personally, and that takes you to the position where the average income is over $50,000 a month. Now, I made the decision to join Nu Skin because 95% of the people that have been with us for 10 years are at that far right position. 95%. Over 1,000 of us at that position where the average income is $639,000 a year. Now, I love this statement. Nu Skin's vision is to become the world's leading direct sales company by generating more income for our sales leaders than any other company. As of May 2014, 1,084 distributors have exceeded a lifetime commissions of $1 million and counting. Currently, a new $1 Million Circle member every 3 days. I've watched that go from every 10 days to every 3 days in the last 10 years. Now, it's all based on mentorship. It's based on the ability to lead, to first become successful, then to help duplicate that same success, and then multiply it by building leadership. And I've seen really three solid ways of creating, cash flow, high quality cash flow through royalties, through rental properties that you own free and clear. And then the last way would be developing people and leadership. And that's what Nu Skin has done for the last 30 years and is committed to investing in people, empowering people and giving them the ability to create wealth. Now, this is the success of our company, and I talked about the company itself, the trends and the timing really and the demand in the market. Our products that meet the demand better than anyone else. We really have no competition in these areas. Our proven compensation, which is unparalleled and unmatched with really statistics in our favor. And then a support and mentorship program and a system that we follow to create success. Now, I want you to look at that curve of growth. Currently $3.18 billion last year, on our way to $10 billion by the end of the decade. Here in North America last year, we did about $200 million. Now, myself and the individuals that invited you on here, we're clear and committed that we're taking North America from about $200 million last year to $1 billion by 2017. Now that means that we pay 43% commissions at a minimum, that roughly half of that $800 million in growth is up for grabs, and we're looking for people that want to position in front of it. They want to position and build and capitalize on it because it is going to happen. Now, as someone that wants to get involved with us, there's three ways to do so. One is a customer, and customers pay retail pricing. I would encourage no one to do so because, you just don't have to pay retail. We have the opportunity to get wholesale pricing by being a distributor with the company, meaning that the company has your social security number and your birth date in case you make commissions. Commissions from referrals. Most distributors are, about 85% of our distributors are wholesale users. They'll never build a business. They're just getting their product at a discount of about 30%. Now, the other roughly 15% of us are business builders. We're individuals that want to make extra money or replace income that we, have from a job or a career. And for some, it's actually creating wealth and that financial independence that they have both time and money. Now, many customers will buy 1, 2, or 3 of these packages because of the best value and the tip of the iceberg of our products that are cutting edge and leading science are packaged together for the best discount. Now, business builders, those that want to build a business, they buy 3 of these packages and they get an opportunity to get a 4th one for free. Now, Nu Skin covers the liability in that they give a 90% money-back guarantee for 365 days if this doesn't work for you. And my experience is the only way that it doesn't work is if you don't work it. We have success trips every 6 months. Currently, we are focused on Punta Cana, qualifying for Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic by the end of September. And I will tell you, I believe with all sincerity that anyone listening to this call for the first time today can qualify for that trip by the end of September. And it's just partnering up with 4 individuals to find that would have the same desire and interest of taking ownership of their lives. And that's year number 1, and you go on that trip, if you satisfy that by September, to Punta Cana. Now, if year 2, you just add those 2 people that we spoke about, and now you're at a place of about $5,000 in monthly income, and you go on another trip. Number 3 is that you actually have 2 new people in year 3 that come on board, and you're at now $10,000 a monthly income on the average, and another free trip. And then lastly, you add another 4 in year 4. You go on another free trip. The average income is about $50,000 a month at this position. And now you're qualified for the next level to actually go on about 3 trips a year. And so my name is Charley Patterson. I'm pleased to be with you. I hope that you wrote down the questions that you have, that you can get back with the person that invited you on here, and they will most likely be able to answer your questions, lead you to some more resources if you have some further questions, and may just put you on with one of their partners that they're in training with so that they can listen to how they answer your questions. I appreciate your time and your energy, and I will see you on the best beaches of the world.